At Level 365, we offer month-to-month contracts. Not 3-year commitments, not auto-renew traps, no gotchas in the fine print. We run everything on month-to-month. And when people hear that for the first time, especially tech advisors who have spent years thinking, I have to lock my customers in, they usually go, well, wait, doesn't that make it easier for your customers to leave? And look, I get that instinct because that's the model we've all been trained on, right? You hook them, you lock them, and you cross your fingers, they forget about that renewal clause. But here's what we've learned, and it's backed by real data and real partner feedback. Customers who sign up month to month with us actually stay longer. I'm going to say that again. Customers who sign up month to month stay longer. Why? Well, because they're not staying because they have to. They're staying because they want to. Here's what this actually looks like in the wild. A customer signs up with Level 365, no 3-year signature, no legal review, no penalty clause looming over their head, because they know that they can leave whenever they want, and guess what that does? It changes the entire energy of the relationship. There's no fear, no sense of being stuck, no, we better make this work or we're screwed for the next 36 months. It feels light, flexible, dare I say, human. We start off with a tone that says, hey, we trust you to stay, and we're going to act in a way that earns that trust every single month. That's powerful. And you can't buy that kind of trust by stuffing someone into a 3-year legal agreement. Now, let's flip this for a second. Think about those vendors that lock your customers into long-term contracts. What message does that send? To me, that says, we're not that confident that you're going to stick around, so we're going to force you to. And when something goes wrong, because it will, when support gets slow or a bill shows up with a surprise fee, now your customer is truly stuck. And you, the partner, you're stuck with them. Because you know what happens. You start getting hit with those emails. Hey, we're not happy. Hey, we're thinking about switching. Hey, why didn't you tell us about the cancellation window that's 90 days before renewal? And now you're not just their technology advisor, now you're their vendor therapist. Meanwhile, with Level 365, there's no hostage situation, no countdown clock, and they can leave whenever they want to. And because of that, they rarely do. Here's a real story. One of our partners brought me a 10-seat law firm, and they were coming off this UC vendor, won't name names here, that had a 36-month contract. And during year 2, everything started breaking down. Support literally vanished. Billing got super weird. Porting delays, just a mess. They wanted out. But the vendor told them, yeah, you can cancel. That'll just cost you, let's do the math here. Carry the 3, divide by 4. Oh yeah, $4,200 to go ahead and break your contract in early termination fees. So they stayed. Angry. Stuck. And when that contract finally ended, they came to us. They signed up with Level 365 on a month-to-month deal. No surprise install fees, no hidden penalties, no hidden charges. And within 90 days, they were raving to their partner. Why? Not just because the tech was better, but because the relationship felt different. It felt authentic. The partner actually said to me, this is the first time they felt like they're in control. And that's it right there. Control leads to confidence. Confidence leads to trust, and trust leads to long-term loyalty. Man, I felt like Yoda there. Fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hate leads to suffering, but this is the opposite of that. This is the positive version. Now, if you're a technology advisor, here's why this matters to you. When you introduce a vendor that forces contracts, you're taking a risk. You're betting that they'll deliver month after month, even when they don't have to. You're betting that if things go south, your customer won't blame you. And you're betting that no one's going to find that little clause buried on page 7 that lets the vendor raise rates mid-contract. Did you even know that there was a little clause buried on page 7 that lets the vendor raise rates mid-contract? See, with Level 365, you don't have to make that bet because we're not playing games. We're telling the customer, if we ever stop doing our job, you're free to go. And that's what makes people stay. Look, I know this sounds counterintuitive, and I know it goes against what we've been told in this industry for years, but if you take away one thing from this video, let it be this. Contracts don't create loyalty. Consistency and authenticity do. And when you're not hiding behind paperwork, you've got to be consistent. You've got to deliver. So, we do. Every day, every month, for every single customer. Because when the contract's optional, the performance isn't. So if you're tired of vendors who trap your clients and then disappear, or if you're looking for a provider that, I don't know, actually earns business, shoot me a message. Let's get you set up with a model that's built on trust and not legal handcuffs.